Hello lovelies, welcome to Queen Fatima Creativity. In today's video I want to share how to make this beautiful pearl beaded bag. To my amazing subscriber, thank you for always stopping by. If you are just coming across my video for the first time, kindly watch to the end. To grasp all in it, tap on the like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first to see my videos whenever I make a new upload. Thank you. Without taking much time, let's get to see the material I used for this tutorial. Okay, we start by cutting a long fishy line. One big pearl bead, one small pearl bead, one big pearl bead, one small pearl bead, one big pearl, small, big, and small, just like this. Always ensure. So you see, I have 4 big, I have 4 small. I'm going to cross with the 4th big pearl. When beginning a new work, always ensure your fishy lines are equal at both ends, just like this. So you see we have 4 big pearl, 4 small pearl. So to continue, I add 1 small pearl, 1 big pearl and a small pearl, just like this, 1 each, and then I pick 1 big pearl. I'm going to cross with it. Like this. Same process, I add 1 small, 1 big, 1 small again. I'm going to pick 1 big pearl to cross with it. Until we get to 6. From the 7th we are going to turn 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is 6. So with the 7th one we're going to make it to turn to the side. We're going to make our fishy line turn to the side. So I add a small pearl, big pearl, small pearl, big pearl, small pearl, big pearl. I'm going to cross with the 3rd big pearl, but before I do that, I'm going to put 1 small pearl, my right fishy line, to cross with the big pearl, just like this. So you see how we have moved to the side. To continue, I added 1 pair, 1 big, 1 small, big, small and big. I'm going to cross with the last big pearl, but before I do that, I'm going to add 1 pear bead on the right side before crossing with the big pearl on the left. You see we are facing that way properly. So next I'm going to pass my left fishy line into this big pearl bead, but before I do that, I'm going to pick 1 small pearl bead on my left fishy line before passing into the big pearl. Pull tight. After passing your fishing line into the big pearl, make sure you pull tight so your work will be firm. This is how to have that fall. So I continue, I add pearl beads on my left fishing line, 2 small, 2 big. Before I cross, I'm going to add 1 pearl bead on the left, then cross with the big pearl, the last big pearl on my right fishing line, just like this. So next, now I'm going to pass my left fishing line into the next big pearl. Pass my left fishing line into this next big pearl. But before I do that, I'm going to add one small pearl bead on my lead fishing line before passing into the big pearl. Drop a small pearl bead on my left fishing line before crossing with the last big pearl on my right hand side, just like this. So this is how to do this. So I will pass my left fishing line into the next big pearl, but before I do that, I'm going to drop a small pearl bead on my left fishing line. You can see I made a mistake here. Yes, I deliberately leave it. I don't want to clean it. I want you to see that it is okay to make a mistake, but always identify your mistake. That place is supposed to be 4 bead and it's 3. So you go back, then you add one of your pearl bead, pass into it. This is it. This is how to do it. So you see it is 4 small pearl bead there. That's right. So I'm going to cross. Before I do that, put one small pearl bead on my left fishing line, just like this, and then cross with the big pearl on my right fishing line. So next I pass my left fishing line into the next big pearl bead. So that's how to do it. Now we are at the end of this row. We are still doing the same thing. So I put my pearl on the left fishing line before putting into the big pearl. Just like this. So this time we want to move to the other side. We want to turn again to this other side. So we are going to be putting all beads on the right hand side, 2 small and 2 big, to cross with the big pearl. But before I do that, I'm going to drop one small pearl bead on my right hand side before crossing with the big pearl, the last big pearl on the left fishing line, just like this. You can see how we have turned to side again. So this is how to continue doing it. So to turn properly, so this is how to get those 4 in between. So to turn properly, I'm going to add 6 beads on my left fishing line, 3 small, 3 big in between. Before I do that again, I'm going to add small bead on my right fishing line, just like this. Then cross with the big pearl. See how we have done. So the next thing I do is to pass my left fishing line. So this is how we continue doing it. We get to our desired length. Okay. So here we are at the last part of our desired length. We have reached the desired length. So the same thing, I'm going to pass my left fishing line into that big pearl. Before I do that, I'm going to put a small pearl bead on my left before going into that big pearl. You see how it is 4. So I add 2 small and 2 big. So I'm supposed to tie with it. I'm supposed to cross with it. Tie it very well. Make sure it's firm. Just like this, you tie it. Like I always say, by the time you tie it, it will look crossed. So after tying it, you pass your fishing line away from your tied area before cutting out the excesses. So this is it. This is the mat. So we have 7, 19. That's 7 by 19. Yeah. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is our 8. So we are going to fold it from there. And from the other side 8, I'm going to fold it. So I have 8 on the left, 8 on the right, and 3 at the bottom. So we have 3 to form the base. 3 is going to form the base of this pearl beaded bag. So I've done one side off camera, so I'm going to do the other side on camera. So we're going to start from the 8th bead. We're going to pass our fishing line into the 8th bead that we counted, just like this, the 8th bead. Make sure your fishing lines are equal. Then I add 2 beads on my left fishing line, 2 small pearl beads on the left fishing line before going into the next big pearl. Because I already have 2 small ones there, it has to be 4. So I added 2 to make that 4, just like this. You see that? Just like this. So I added bead on my right fishing line, 2 big, 2 small and 2 big beads in between. Before I cross with the big pearl, I'm going to put a small pearl bead on the left fishing line. So I'm going to cross with the big pearl. This is it. So to continue, I'm going to pass my left fishing line into this big pearl. But before I do that, I'm going to add 1 pearl bead on my left fishing line. Just like this. So after adding my small pearl bead on the left fishing line, I pass into the next big pearl bead. So to continue, I'm going to be adding putting beads on my right fishing line, two big pearl, two small pearl in between. First I add small pearl, big pearl, small pearl, big pearl. Before crossing with the big pearl, I put small pearl on the left fishing line to cross with the big pearl, just like this. So I'm going to pass my left fishing line into the next big pearl. But before I do that, I'm going to drop a small pearl bead on the left fishing line before passing into the big pearl. After passing, make sure you pull your fishing line tightly. But because we are at the end of these parts of the base, we're going to add two beads on the left fishing line again before going into the next big pearl. So whenever we get to the end of this base, we are going into two big pearls. That means we are going to put in one small pearl in between before going to the next. So because we are at the end of this part, I'm going to drop in one small pearl and a big pearl on the right hand side, drop one pearl on the left to cross with the big pearl. Just one each, just like this. You can see how the side is forming now. So this is it. So next I'm going to pass my left fishing line into the next big pearl bead. As usual, before doing that, I'm going to put one pearl bead on the left fishing line to make that 4 beads in between before passing into the big pearl. Just like this. So I add one small, one big, one small, one big on my right fishing line before crossing the big one. I do small, then cross with the small, one big. I add one small on the right. I'm going to cross with the last big pearl on my left hand side, just like this, because I'm moving towards the other side now. So I'm going to be adding beads on the left hand side. So to continue, I will add one small pearl on the right fishing line before passing into the next big pearl. See, we have 3 beads. Well, the last part, so we're going to pass in my right fishing line into 2 big pearls. But before I do that, I'm going to add one small pearl bead on the right fishing line to make that 4 beads in between before going into the next pearl, big pearl. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to add put bead again, small pearl bead on the right, and pass into that big pearl. So whenever you get to the end of this roll on the side, you are going into big pearl bead. You are passing your fishing line, your right fishing line, into two big pearl beads. But before you do that, you're going to be putting the small pearl bead in between. So this is it. So to continue, I add one small pearl and one big pearl on the right, one small on the left. I'm going to be crossing with the big pearl. So next, guys, I'm going to pass my right fishing line into the next big pearl bead. You know, we are moving upward, so before I do that, I'm going to put one small pearl before passing into the big pearl. So to continue, I add one small, one big, one small, and one big, one small on the left, so to be crossed with the big pearl. Just like this. So we continue. I add a small pearl bead on the left before going into that big pearl. So I add beads on the right hand side. One small, one big, one small, one big, one small on the left before crossing with the big pearl. So we are getting to the end of this part again. So we're going to pass our lead fishing line into those two pearls. Yes, into these two big pearls. So before doing that, we're going to be putting small pearl bead in between them before passing through the two big pearls. Going to need one pearl to cross. That is one small pearl and one big pearl. So one small pearl, one big pearl, one small pearl on the left to be crossed with the big pearl on the right hand side. Into the next big pearl. Before I do that, I add one small pearl bead before passing through the big pearl. We are still repeating the same thing. So guys, we are coming to the end of that section. For this pattern of bag, always make sure all your small beads complete 4. In the case whereby you see 3 or just 2 in the main body, you should know that you have made a mistake and try to figure it out. Okay, if you have watched up to this time and you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to encourage me more. So we have come to the part of it. There is no need to cross, just tie it. Tie it. Tie it very well. Pass your fishing line away from your tied area. Pass it down, and then you cut off the excess. So this is it. So the next thing, guys, now is to add the beaded handle. We have various pattern of beaded handle, but we're going to put a very easy handle. So I will leave these 3 parts, these 3 sides. I'm going to start with this 8th one here. So I'll start by putting my fishing line from here. You see the point from which I put the fishing line. So I'm going to pass the fishing line to the upper big pearl here. Add 2 small beads on my left and on the right fishing line. After that, I'm going to put the thread together, the fishing line together, then add the big pearl. So this is the length that I just want. You can make your own shorter, you can make your own more. So before passing the fishing line into the pearl bead, I'm going to add 2 on the left, 2 on the right, exactly as I have done for the other side, before crossing it into the big pearl, just like this. You cross it and pull very hard, pull it hard so it can be firm. Pull it hard, then pass your fishing line down to that part. This is it. When you're done, you tie it very well, pass your fishing line away from the tied area and cut off the excesses. So this is our beautiful beaded pearl bag. This bag is so unique, guys. This is how this pearl bag is. You can see all the 4 beads in between. So all you just need to do is to put a pouch white bag of any color of your choice inside. Alright, stay healthy until I come your way in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.